to thank the Trump supporters for proving our point today. Because Black Lives Matter!
What a beautiful day for a walkout, right? Hey everybody, I'm Donald Susu, Portland State Student Union. We're a non-partisan group here that works to perpetuate student autonomy. Build it for now, build it for the future. You can recognize us for wearing the Disarm, hashtag Disarm, because Black Lives Matter shirts.
Absolutely. We're
selling them over there. But yeah, let's see. Thank you all for coming. It's really, really important. It's probably amongst the most important things you can do for enacting social change is to get yourself out here to put a body to voice.
Standing in support of disarming Portland State University.
Raphael, can you hear me in my speech? My phone. My phone and the paper. Thank you. The water.
Hearing guards on campus implicate for people of color. To be educated, diversified, and stand as a force here towards a better education, not towards trauma. Thank you for suiting up and showing up for support.
Exactly what she said. Each and every one of you has done more than any of us could have done individually. It's only in times like these where we come together, we put ourselves into it, and we put faces to the voices that we have, that we can be acknowledged, that we can be respected. And so today I want to give you all a bit of a brief history of the Disarm movement, as brought to you by Susu's very own Sonia.
Not
really?
No? Oh, you're all right.
Sorry. Can we turn it up? Oh, okay. That's as loud as it goes, so listen up carefully. Susu has been fighting this battle since 2012 when the administration announced that they were going to arm PSU. They've come up with many reasons to do this, and they've switched their reasoning at every challenging point that we have set up for them. So at first they were saying they were arming PSU to protect women from sexual assault. Yeah. So we said that is not possible for many reasons. You cannot save a woman from an attacker in the bushes as if it was some thriller movie. Like, that's not going to happen. And police are notorious for mishandling sexual assault cases. We all know that. They are often also rapists themselves. So, they continued their plan to arm PSU despite our calls to not do it, to find a more peaceful way to protect students. In 2013, they hosted many Board of Trustees meetings that we attended and opposed their decision-making at every point. They then tried to vilify the homeless population. They said that we need campus police because homeless people are terrorizing students in the streets, as if having police would help this situation. We all know that the cause of homelessness is poverty. Yes. People are homeless is because of austerity measures. It's because we have to pay exorbitant amounts of money to get health care, to get housing, to feed ourselves. People don't make enough. People who have jobs live on the streets. There are homeless students sleeping in their cars. Some of those people will be targeted by the campus security. In 2015, on the same day that tuition was to be raised 3.7%, they Bureau.
That's right.
Militarization!
The Portland Police Bureau in 2012 was under investigation for excessive brutality, excessive use of force. They have murdered many people. So, James Chassie, Keaton Otis are some of them. They have a history of racial violence that they perpetuate. So we want this people to train our officers.
No way!
No way! Are there other ways that we can protect ourselves and have safety on campus? Yes! What are some of them? Does anyone know? De-escalation. So, to continue my story, during the Board of Trustee meetings, faculty senate created a statement against this measure. The School of Social Work came out with a statement that they opposed this measure. The School of Gender, Race, and Nations came out opposing this measure. And our very unique conflict resolution department came out with a study that de-escalation is a way better tactic than use of force. Isn't that obvious though? Do we really need a study to prove that? No! It's obvious. De-escalation and non-violence, talking to people is a way to protect ourselves. Not arming, not using guns. 1,300 people last year were murdered by police across the United States. 650 were murdered this year. The year has just begun. I mean, or it's halfway through. But still, we're halfway to the mark. Do we want to be perpetuating that? No! Specifically, Samuel DuBose in University of Cincinnati in Ohio was murdered in 2013 by campus police. Do we want that to happen on our campus? No! Exactly. This is why we created the campaign to disarm PSU. I am so excited to see so many faces here today. And we believe that the only way to get our needs met is to organize. Join an organization. We can't do this without the work that we do day in and day out. We need you. We need more people to join us. Join SUSU. Join any of the 180 student groups on campus. Just organize, please. This is how we get our needs met. They don't care about what happens to the students here. If they did, would they raise tuition and also pay Wimpyville $650,000 a year? There are 23 administrators at this school who make above $100,000 a year. Did you know that? Did you know that Wimpyville has a private mansion that is paid by you, by the students? 80% of the tuition is paid by the students. Wimpyville also receives a travel budget that is larger than all the faculty staff travel budgets combined. So, if you're wondering if there is an equality in the school, it's right there. It's right there. Thank you. So please listen up. These are people who are doing great work in the community. If you want to join some organizations, listen carefully.
All right, everyone. Speaking of organizations, SUSU's not very big. It's less than 50 people. So I think I see a little bit more than 50 faces here today. We have about 500 people out here today, and it's not just you 500 that support this movement. There's at least another 500 other people on this campus and in this community feel the same as you and could not make it out here today. To that end, we do have disabled seating for anybody who is in need of it over here. If you need to take a seat, avail yourself. Our first speaker from a coalition of over 90 organizations, Jobs with Justice.
So honored to be here. My name is Andrea Lemoynes. I'm a coalition organizer for Portland Jobs with Justice. I'm pretty loud. You guys all hear me?
Yeah!
Alright, I'm gonna need the microphone. I do this for a living. I can yell all day. All day. As we'll let you know that Portland Jobs with Justice, we're a nonprofit and we're actually a coalition of over 100 different faith organizations, non-profits, worker centers, unions, and I am here to let everyone know that Black Lives Matter. I am here to let you know that Portland Jobs with Justice stands in solidarity with students fighting to disarm officers on this campus. We are doing this because we know that our incarceration system is a continuation of slavery, right? Our incarceration system targets people of color, targets people in the LGBTQ community, targets people who are traditionally oppressed. And we are here fighting oppression. Are you with me?
To reform our police in this city, and we need to lead by example on this campus. I appreciate you being out here. I'm a PSU student. I am also PSU staff. I support your movement. I hope you'll supporting me and encouraging whoever ends up as our next mayor to actively work for police reform in our city. We need to demilitarize the police. We need to not partner with the Joint Task Force on Terrorism. If I am your next mayor, I'll actively decouple from these racist activities as well. So please, if it's not me, please vote for someone like me who shares these values and hold our elected officials accountable to our sustainable, equitable, anti-racist future. Thank you very, very much. Lovely lady who's going to speak to us today. She's a personal friend, and she's fighting for because Students United Donald Trump could not go to Vancouver, and then we effectively went and had a strong presence down in Eugene. So I'm also here with Madam Mustafa from Students United for Palestinian Rights. If you are down with Palestine liberation and against Israeli occupation and apartheid, that racist Zionist regime, you need to join Super and get on board. Proposal to get PSU to divest its holdings from 4 companies that are complicit in the occupation of Palestinian people and their land, and also complicit in places all around the world oppressing indigenous people everywhere. And I want to talk to you specifically about G4S. Who's heard of G4S? Good, listen up. This is going to get really good because somebody just mentioned that G4S is training police officers in this racist town, and I'm explaining to you why you should care about that. So, G4S works directly with the Portland Police Bureau, who works directly with our campus security here at PSU. This is taken directly from G4S's local website. G4S Portland is your local single source provider to meet all your security requirements. It gets better. G4S Portland has proven that it has the ability to handle both the routine and the extraordinary requirements for performance excellence. Who thinks that's some racist bullshit? This is where it's going to get really interesting. G4S represents the growing insistence on what is called security under the neoliberal state. The ideologies of security represented by G4S bolster not only the privatization of security, but the privatization of imprisonment, the privatization of warfare, privatization of healthcare, and what you should care about most, the privatization of Portland State University. Got that? And this is where it gets even more interesting. G4S is the 3rd largest private corporation in the world. G4S, and this is on its website, is the #1 private employer on the whole continent of Africa. Come on, y'all. You gotta get behind divesting from G4S. That's a problem. Here's another quote directly from the G4S website. G4S says that in more ways than you might realize. That's right, listen up. You walked out, so you're down with us apparently. G4S says on their website, in more ways than you might realize, G4S is securing your world. Boom! And I say, in more ways than you might realize, G4S has insinuated itself into our lives under the guise of security and the security state. From the ways that Palestinians experience political incarceration and torture to racist technologies of separation and apartheid. From the wall in Israel to prison-like schools and the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border, which is Turtle Island, all of it. In the U.S., schools, particularly in poor communities of color, are so thoroughly entangled in the prison-industrial complex that sometimes we have a hard time distinguishing between schools and jails. All right. Can y'all hear me now? Okay. So, and as a matter of fact, a recent trend has been to arm teachers at schools if they can't afford G4S technologies. Arming teachers, that's the BS. Particularly by school districts who are poor already and have to segregate their students based upon their income inequality. So, when one looks at the major clients of G4S security, that includes banks. You can walk down to B of A and see a G4S security officer standing right outside. That includes governments, corporations, and all their ilk. It becomes evident that when G4S says it's securing your world, as the company's slogan goes, it's referring to a world of exploitation, repression, occupation, and racism. Do we stand for that or do we stand against it? In the U.S., there are some 2.5 million people in our country's jails and prisons and military prisons and jails in Indian country and immigrant detention centers. On any given day, that is to say, there are 2.5 million people approximately. That doesn't count all the people that move through the system in all the different ways that the security apparatus works. And majority of these people are people of color. The fastest growing sector consists of women of color. Many persons are queer and trans. As a matter of fact, trans people of color are the group most likely to be arrested and imprisoned. Racism provides the fuel for the maintenance, reproduction, and expansion of the prison industrial complex. So, this is our ask today from Susu and Super. Listen up. We all have a stake in the fight to disarm PSU, as well as fight for the liberation for those most impacted by the imperial security apparatuses. Super stands 100% with Susu on their disarm campaign. And Susu stands with Super in their fight for Palestine liberation through our BDS campaign. Super hopes that every single one of you here today will join an organization and not just hop from event to event like this. We gotta get organized, because the state is very well organized. We say it's Super, long live Palestine, free Palestine, and disarm PSU!
All right. We have a couple more updates, announcements. For any of you that are having problems with how loud it is, we have some earplugs down at the table. To that end, we'd like to make a request of anyone here who's taking pictures and sharing them on social media. Please, please, please use the hashtag DisarmPSU. We need to get this out there, because this is not the only movement like it, and showing people that it can be successful as it has been here today is really important. Next, speaking of, to talk to us about ongoing and parallel movements is Nima from Black Student Union at Lewis and Clark.
Hey, comrades, can you hear me okay? Is it too loud? No? Louder? Louder. Let's do this.
Hey, my name is Nima. I'm from Lewis and Clark College, and I'm here to tell you all about my experience at my alma mater. The name of the institution really tells you everything you need to know about it. It's a name that is here to honor white slave masters. Like most institutions across the country, Lewis and Clark College is an institution that supports the curriculum, the campus culture, all work towards supporting white supremacy. This is again not surprising, coming from an institution that is named to honor white slave masters, colonizers whose expedition to the Pacific Northwest is one of the greatest examples of the U.S.'s genocide against indigenous people. During my time at LC, there have been numerous racist attacks on black students. When we asked that the administration, in particular our college president, take these attacks against black life seriously, they ignored us, they pushed us out. Do you want to take a guess how many black students there currently are at Lewis and Clark College?
3.
52 on a campus of 2,500. That there was a racist attack against a black student, we have organized and demanded that the administration take proactive steps to ensure our safety. The president has not taken any real steps to address the attacks or the culture of racism or colonial nostalgia pervasive on Lewis and Clark's campus. We were met with PR cleanups and community discussion asking a mainly white audience if racism exists on Lewis and Clark's campus. This is after 4 years of racism on campus. President Glassner has not reached out to black students, thank you. pursuing the victim of the hate crime. We expect him and other highly paid, overpaid administrators to actively commit to collaborating with Black students who, in the midst of being troubled by a system, racism, are still ensuring the safety of our own communities. Campuses like Lewis and Clark and Portland State become breeding grounds for racism. This inaction from administrators is frankly not surprising, but needs to stop. So let LC Lewis and Clark College be a cautionary tale to you all and this administration that is what happens when an institution ignores its Black students, an entire community, calling for highly paid, overpaid administrators to do their job. Do your job! 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 Thank you. Do your job! Black women are putting in hours. Thank you. Students, mainly Black women, are putting in hours of unpaid emotional labor to ensure the safety of our community. These students are villainized and are threatened with disciplinary action when they speak up to coward administrators. We are not here to merely meet your diversity and inclusion rhetoric. That is not enough. Without standing behind us and maintaining promises made to us as prospective students, Lewis and Clark and PSU promote racism. After every one of the countless anti-Black hate crimes reported, not a single one in the past 4 years, numerous instances of attacks against Black life, not a single one was properly investigated. Not a single one. Militarizing campus safety, much like Elsie's decision to ignore years of anti-Black racism, sends a clear message that administrators, mainly Barry Glasser and Viv Duvall, do not care about their Black students, and that is not okay. And if they did care about our lives, they would know that law enforcement, armed law enforcement, will not hesitate to criminalize, villainize, and end Black life. We know this to be true. We know, or at least you should know by now, unless you're living under a rock, a white supremacist rock, how it affects our life. The people relegated to the margins of society, Black and brown people, queer and trans people, disabled folks, we are the ones most affected by unarmed campus safety. I want to end by ending Super's call for action. If you believe that Black and brown lives matter, if you believe that our lives, our Black lives matter on this campus, you damn sure better believe it matters in this world as well. While you pressure your administration to disarm PSU, I implore you, I beg for you to demand that this institution divest from companies that support the Israeli occupation of Palestine, and therefore divest from supporting atrocities committed against Palestinian people, brown and Black people in this world, and on this campus. I want to end by saying that Black Lives Matter is not a request. We are not asking for your permission. We are done with politely suggesting. Black Lives Matter and Disarm PSU will be realities. And either you get behind the movement or you look silly and lame as fuck when it happens.
We've got a couple of words from Will.
Yeah, Will!
Yeah, so I'm Will Peterson, I'm with Socialist Alternative.
Kill capitalism!
Socialism!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. When talking about the police and socialism, I think it's very important to talk about the history of policing in America. We go back to the time of slavery. Police were formed in the South to suppress slaves. They were used to control slaves in the South, and in the North they were used to control labor riots. The police are a tool of capitalism to control people into staying where they are, staying in slavery, staying in poverty wages, staying in ridiculous working conditions. The parallel can be drawn today to the war on drugs. It's a tool used to keep black people in poverty, keep them in jail, keep money in jail, funding police bureaus with like tons of like weaponry, militarized tanks, in some cases, to keep black people poor, to keep control over black people.
So, I think we know, like, we can tell that police are used to control people, used to control workers specifically, used to control black workers too. They're like a tool to keep us in line, and I think that's like very demonstrated even on this campus when students organizing around 15 Now, the movement to get a $15 minimum wage here on campus. We presented our petition of 1,200 signatures to the Board of Trustees during their meeting. And when they ran away from us and didn't want to face the reality that students want a real living wage, they ran a fourth ad in a little bunker where the police were posted outside, and Kevin Reynolds, the finance officer of this institution, was quoted by Mike Bivens saying, "We have enough police officers to push the protesters down when we leave." For poverty wages so that we can't pay their ridiculously high tuitions. That's why there's police on this campus. They're not here to keep you safe, they're here to keep you in line. That's why we need to disarm PSU. We shouldn't be using our tuition to fund the people that will control us.
That's Will from Socialist Alternative, another great organization to join. Join the Socialist Alternative. Sign the $15 now petition on this table next to the t-shirts over here. See them waiting? They're selling t-shirts and getting signatures for the $15 now petition at PSU. 15 now! 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 We don't want 15! In 2022, we need it right now! Who here has student loans? Raise your hand! Look at that shit! Look at that! Everyone has student loans! How do you feel about it? You are not alone! That's a pun. So, next up, we have
Somebody very special to PSU's heart, our brand new Unite PSU platform that took down the president, vice president squad. We got Leela.
Hey everyone, my name's Layla Forbes and this is my Vice President Caitlin Burrage. Together with the help of a bunch of people who ran with us and an amazing amount of volunteers, we won the ASPSU elections for the 16-17 school year under the Unite PSU platform. We were the one platform platform that was pro-disarmament. As I said, I keep saying it again, we won. So that means a lot for the future of students at Portland State. You also might have seen us on some cute videos online with InfoWars. Where's that guy? Where's he at? Hi! Tell Alex I said hi. How's your blood pressure? We both stood on the platform, Unite PSU. We are for Disarm PSU. We're the only slate that was. We are also for $15 minimum wage on campus for all workers. We are pro-Palestine and support the movement from super and all students to divest from companies that are profiting off the occupation of Palestine. Changing climate here, and the tables have turned. Let me tell you that. The administration has recognized that student power and student voices are now driving this university in a different direction than the vision that they had created. It's a huge privilege to be able to represent students on this campus, and we want you to get involved in every single way and capacity that you can, whether that's by joining SUSU, which is an amazing organization. You can join Super, you can, literally any of these organizations that have come up today and talked, I can tell you, I've worked with these folks for the past year, and it is absolutely phenomenal the work that gets done. Organizing is going to teach you more about surviving in this world than most of the shit that you're going to learn in textbooks. Also, if you are interested in getting involved on a slightly more political level, this year's ASPSU administration is pretty cool here, but I hear they're a bunch of like weird socialist feminists. It's kind of. If you are interested in getting involved, hit us up. Our office is in the Smith Building. We are pretty much the coolest, related to admin people. So please give us a shout out, and Black Lives Matter, Disarm PSU. Thank you. Unite PSU.
Unite PSU.
That's them.
For the record, I have nothing to do with that.
The plan is, we're gonna have one more speaker, and then we are marching to the campus safety office. I know people are getting a little restless, so we're gonna move it a little bit. Yeah, okay. So here is Maddie from SAS. For sexual safety.
Hi everyone, I'm Maddie, the co-leader of SAS, like she said, the Student Alliance for Sexual Safety. We advocate for ongoing, effective primary prevention on campus. In the university's decision to arm campus police, they cited sexual assault response as a central campus security concern. And while that is true, it is a concern, as many of us are already probably aware. We also know that most perpetrators of sexual assault are not strangers that jump out of the bushes, but are actually acquaintances of the survivors, meaning that most sexual assault is not going to happen in places where police officers are patrolling. We also know that police departments across the country have a long list of instances where they have victim-blamed survivors, discredited their experiences, further traumatizing survivors. Sorry. We also know that people of color experience sexual assault at higher rates than white people, and given that the police are a racist institution, why are people of color any more likely to report their sexual assault when the police are armed? Who are we protecting by arming campus police? Campus sexual assault is already grossly underreported, and if PSU really wanted to protect its students from sexual assault, they would work toward dismantling the rape culture we live in. Title IX requirements of having a sexual violence prevention coordinator before my student group began the conversation by making a protest asking them to do so. They would acknowledge that concerns of students they would acknowledge the concerns of students rather than ignore them, but instead they went against students' voices and armed campus police. And that's why I'm here on behalf of SAS to support Disarm PSU.
We are fighting against capitalism, and we are fighting against patriarchy. Three pillars of the status quo we need to dismantle. And all of the organizations that are trying to do that are represented here today. So again, join them. We are moving, we're going to be marching through the park blocks now to the new campus security office. I don't know if you know this. They used to be in Shattuck over here, and now they're on Montgomery Street next to the business building that they are creating, because Wimbledon can't sleep if a building isn't being built.